Now we're in the crepe myrtle section of the Fanick Garden Center. Mark, about how many different varieties of crepe myrtles do you have?
Right now, on the ground here, we have about 78 varieties, but we have up to 98 varieties on our web sheet.
What is a different variety? I mean, is it different in the flowers, different in the leaves, different in the size?
A little bit of everything. You kind of nailed it on the head there. You're buying different ones for different height ranges. What we don't want you to do is buy, say you have a spot that you don't want to get over 6 or 8 feet tall. We don't want you to buy one that grows 20 feet tall and keep chopping it and butchering it to make it stay 6, 8 foot tall. So you look on our website, at fanicknursery.com, go to the crepe myrtle website, and you look at the names. And then on the right of that, you'll find where it shows height ranges of all the varieties. And you look for that color that you want that stays in that height range, buy that variety. But yeah, you're buying them just like you said. There's like the one in front of me here. This is called Pink Velour. And Pink Velour, even though she's not in bloom today, she's full of buds. But look at the beautiful burgundy foliage on there.
And it blooms pink?
It blooms pink. So and can you imagine here you got dark green foliage, burgundy tops, and then you have a pink flower show on top. So it's, this one is a fairly new variety, so not a lot of people know about this one. But most crepe myrtles don't do this. Most of them hold a green foliage like this, and then their flowers pop on. But this one you get a 3-in-1 show per se. So this is one of the hottest ones on the market right now that are really be sought after.
How big does that get?
This one's approximately about a 15 to 20 foot grower.
And weather-wise, it's like all the others. They hold up pretty good.
Yeah, so far, like this recently, we've had a lot of rains. Some places have had more than others.
Not very recent.
And in fact, it's so humid. We're sweating out here today. When your best test of a crepe myrtle is to go to a nursery in the hot, humid weather, and you look at the new foliage. And if you don't see the white powdery mildew, then that's a good mildew-resistant variety. And this is one of those right there.
Okay, and what is you've got here? A lavender one?
Yeah, this one here is called Zuni, and Zuni is a nice lavender form. And even though it's a small plant on the ground, this is actually one that will grow up at about 10, 12 foot tall. So again, this is one of those nice mid-range growers now, and it's just a pretty kind of a mixture of lavender with a little bit of light lavender, pink, white reversing with it, and but it makes a nice tight head. If you notice, like, the one we're talking about right now, this one right here, has these nice tight heads. Now, my best seller, which has a looser head, but look at the color shade of this one. This is called Dynamite. And Dynamite is one of the reddest of the reds out there. And the difference on this one, though, it's bright dark red. You notice it has a looser cluster of heads. So the lavender one is supported on actually more, and it's funny, these are not actually the flowers. The flower is actually this little yellow thing right there in the center. But this is like a bougainvillea. The bougainvillea, when you look at bougainvilleas for reds, and that's not the true flower. That's just a bracket surrounding the flower itself. So these are just brackets basically. But the lavender brackets and the red brackets, and of course there's pink, and we saw those beautiful crepe myrtle forms back in the last shot there, and those were some beautiful tree specimens. And these are not the fastest growers like those, but these are some of the best color forms of those.
The miniature ones just came out. How tall do they grow?
Miniatures, majority of them stay under 3 feet tall, and some only get about a foot tall now. I mean, they're almost like ground covers.
Yeah, I noticed them at Schultz House. They have them. Very, very neat ground cover.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's hard for anybody to almost have every one variety in the ground. Eventually, we're going to have that. We're opening up an area. You might hear some of the construction back behind us. That's going to be next to our new area that we're going to have crepe myrtles in. And we're going to have, basically, we're moving our arboretum from all the shade trees to where when the new road opens up behind us over here, there'll be a gateway into a crepe myrtle field. And there'll be all the different crepe myrtles in there.
Very good. Well, we've been touring the 10 acres of Fanick Garden Center and talking to Mark Fanick, who is the third generation. He and his brother work here. His mom works here. His sister works here. Uncle, cousin. And his daughter, who's a junior in high school, has just started working here. So it's a true family operation, and it's absolutely beautiful. We didn't get to cover the water garden, some of the ceramics that are available, the pop-up greenhouse, tons and tons. If you plan to come out, plan to spend the day. It's like going to the botanical gardens, but even better. Thank you for joining us, and I think we're going to be covering electric cars in another show, and so you might want to check us back next week. Have a great week, a great green week.